officially in BFE, New Mexico. This whole town, Encino, every single building is boarded up, abandoned, rusted away. It's kind of like a ghost town, but it's like 200 people that live here. So even the dry goods hardware store is gone, and they're doing road construction. And I tell you, if this was Texas, every single one of those road cones would have been knocked down by some F-350. It'd be like, there's a post office though. It's like, I've driven through this town like a million times. And Glassman Steve, specializing in flat glass. Glassman Steve is still in business. Yeah, you know, and what's funny, I'm not political, right? Like, I'm not even religious or anything. But these little small towns are the ones that always have, like, you know, Cheese Bowl 2024, you know, like, big into religion. And yet the government and, like, hope and faith and, you know, all that stuff has kind of abandoned the town. Like, I don't understand how these tiny little towns that used to have, you know, like, how they put all their eggs in one basket, how they totally support the regime, and yet the regime has abandoned them. Like, I mean, if somebody, like, you know, shit in my Cheerios, and then I'm not going to support them if they totally screwed my whole town over with jobs, income, infrastructure, schools, supermarkets, all of that stuff, you wouldn't get my vote. So it's interesting because usually there's like an abandoned grain mill, or there was a factory that was abandoned, or there was a train line that's no longer running, you know, because the interstate was built, so the business doesn't come through here. You know, it's kind of like the movie Cars, you know, the Disney movie, like, you know, the Radiator Springs. It's just, they got to revive the town. But that, actually, I'm not going through Tucumcari this time. If you go on the 40, before you get to Santa Rosa, if you're going west, Tucumcari is the town that inspired the movie Cars. And they even have the rock and everything. I've been through there a bazillion times. But it is interesting, and I also need to get gas. Because I think Vaughn is the next town, and then I'm going through Roswell, and then going to Big Spring to stop to do my call with Harriet, and then going on to San Angelo. But not a lot out here. But yeah, like all these towns, like all these private energy companies come in and they build all these wind turbines over here. And yet they don't provide jobs for the town in the back. Yet that town in the back is the one that's like, yeah, 2024, we're going to vote for, like, Make America Great Again. That's America. That doesn't look very great. So, you know, I just don't understand. I guess, you know, they're just like hanging on by a thread. I mean, is it like they're, you know, these towns are in such despair and, you know, completely just have nothing, that all they can do is just join a cult, pretty much a political cult. You know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't care who you support or who you vote for. I have a degree in political science, by the way, so anyway, but I don't care who you vote for, but just know that, like, these little small towns that have, you know, there's a bunch of cows over there, you know, everything in the town, everything that made that town established is gone, because, you know, they don't get the subsidized help from the government. The government took away all the jobs. The roads are shit because the government won't come in and fix potholes. And yet that's their people's, like, you know, that's their home. That's where they live. They don't want to move, but they also don't want to be destitute. Yet they're the ones flying the flags to, you know, make America great again. I mean, so it's kind of, that's what the cults do. They basically play on the lowest, you know, like, most struggling group and lure them in and say, we will make your life better if you vote for us, you know? I don't even know where the voting booth is here or who the mayor is or anything. But it's just, it's sad because these little small towns, if you go to small towns in, like, any other country, like in Europe or England, you know, they're quaint and cute and they're beautiful and they're Instagrammable and they've got cute little houses and little coffee shops and stuff. You go to, like, small town America, it's like cars on blocks, everything needs a coat of paint, people are needing jobs, they have no money, no food, and all they're doing is hanging on by, like, a string of hope, you know, through their, like, religion and hoping that maybe the government will one day come back and help them out. And it's really sad, you know, because they don't want, they can't just go move to a big city. Like, this is their home, and a lot of them own land out here, you know, homesteading and stuff. So anyway, but no, I don't get political. I don't care who you vote for, but just know that there's all these towns that the government has done nothing with that need help. And so whoever you vote for, you know, just know that they're probably not going to do crap out here, you know, in New Mexico. It is super hot. This always freaks me out. So this dude and this dude I always think they're hitchhikers, but he's shooting, or he's threatening to shoot at this guy. I'm in Lincoln County, New Mexico. Anyway, it throws me off every time I drive down this road. I'm like, okay, is the people needing to, like, what the hell's going on here? So he's like, what man? Like, come on, get along. And this guy's like, you stole my cow. Anyway, it is so hot out here. There is nothing. If you get stranded here, you're gonna be like, just hang out with these guys. Okay, let me get back in. It's very, very hot. All right, okay, 4 hours to go. Oh my God, it's 100 degrees. All right, I am in Roswell. And I'm gonna put my sticker on here. Okay, let's put my sticker right here. There's my sticker. Okay, all right, we're good. Unfortunately, I didn't have any time to stop for the alien autopsy. I'm gonna have to come back and do that another day. I have 114 miles to drive on this very straight road, and it is 102 degrees outside. I think I picked the hotter way to go home. I probably should have gone through like the other direction, but I think the planet is getting, well, again, not to get political, the planet is getting hotter, and that is a fact. This time last year, it was like over 100 degrees 30 days in a row in Houston. This year, it's been just ridiculously hot everywhere. I mean, I was in Aspen, it was 100 degrees. I'm like, I'm in the mountain. I'm in a ski resort. Why is it 100 degrees? It's just been like ridiculously hot. Salt Lake City was 105 degrees. So thankfully I had enough cooler areas. I know like Santa Fe, Ski Valley will always be 45 degrees, which is what it was this morning. Now it's 110. Anyway, so I'm on this very long road. I've got gas, I've got 315 miles in the tank, which is fine. That'll get me all the way to Big Spring. And I'll go to the Starbucks and call Harriet. Maybe try to upload the video. I don't know, might have to wait till I'm home. The best Wi-Fi I had, I think, was in Kanab, Utah. And actually the ultimate best Wi-Fi was at my friend's house in Vegas. The one that, my friend that worked for Cirque du Soleil. And like his super high-speed Wi-Fi uploaded my video in like 2.5 minutes. And I hadn't even had time to make the thumbnail, and the video was already in draft mode. I was like, oh my God, I've never dealt with like super fast Wi-Fi. But yeah, so I've looked out, some libraries have really, really good Wi-Fi, but the Starbucks doesn't. Starbucks doesn't have very good upload speeds. And I've never like tapped into anybody's Starlink, like on the road, except that one time in Glacier, when the girl next to me, I like accidentally deleted my Old Trails app by accident, and I was like looking around going, oh, you have Starlink, can I just borrow it for half a second so I can get this app back? And then my friend in Colorado, the off-grid home, had Starlink as well, and then he got a mini Starlink, so that was pretty cool. So I may look into it. I don't necessarily sit in my van all day and work. Yesterday was different because I had the campsite, and their Wi-Fi wasn't really that good, but I was just working on editing videos, so I really didn't need the internet. But it was nice to sit in the morning, the afternoon, and then sit in the morning until noon and work on my computer. But I generally don't do that, and I only did it because it was cold and it was raining and it felt good. But I would never sit in the van right now and just work all day on a 9-to-5 job. That doesn't make any sense. That would be miserable. And I don't want to do van life where I sit in the library every single day working on a regular day job. I'd rather be where I travel for like 10 days and then I spend 4 days working, just push everything out, and then spend 10 days, doing the non-profit, like, and then, that kind of thing. And that's kind of what I did. So I go home for like 4 or 5 days, sometimes only 2 days, and then I'd be working on the videos. I work on the videos in the airport, I work on them on the airplane, really maximize my time. And then, and the airport Wi-Fi was actually pretty good. Albuquerque not so much, but Vegas had really fast Wi-Fi as well. So that was great. But yeah, so just a whole bunch of nothing for the next 100 miles on this very straight road. So I'm going to be about 65 miles from Texas, because literally I have no female body autonomy rights in the state of Texas, which is fantastic, Love it when, there's two things I don't do. One is take parenting advice from people that don't have kids. Number two, I don't take female body advice from men. So unless you've gone through 1 month of period cramps, do not tell me that you think you know women's bodies. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, this is like turning into like my human rights opinion on this episode. It's interesting though, like when you're driving hours and hours and there's nothing to see, I just kind of get into my head. But it's weird. It's I don't know. I mean, it is interesting. One thing is that I'm want to call it. Like somebody on one of my videos for Canada was like, it's not even called America. Like America is like the whole continent. I said, well, actually that's North America, and like the Western Hemisphere is the whole of whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. It's like saying like England, Great Britain, the UK, United Kingdom. Like there's many versions that you can like, anyway, refer to something. But yeah, so I'm American. That's my nationality. I live in the United States. However, when I cross state lines, it's almost like I'm in a different country. Like my rights in one state are completely different than my rights in another state, for example. And then when you get onto tribal land, tribal law replaces state law. It doesn't replace federal law. So your federal rights, your federal civil rights to your right to, protected religion, gender, sexual orientation, native origin, and there was one more, skin color, is still protected on Native American land. However, state law is replaced by tribal law. So you have to obviously know what the laws are. But yeah, like when I'm in New Mexico, I have full body autonomy rights. And when I am in Texas in 65 miles, I will not have any of those rights. And yet I'm still in the same country. It's such a bizarre setup we have here. And I get it, states' rights and stuff, but there's some things that need to stay on a federal level. Like my ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act protection, and my protected veteran status actually does not get taken away when I cross state lines. Like there's no, as far as I know, there's no laws that say, oh, we're not going to protect you under ADA in this state. Like, so those are still federally protected. Every state has not, no state has messed with those, right? No state's going to mess with protected veterans, and no state is going to mess with disabled, rights. But what's the other thing? Yeah, so but my body autonomy, my my rights to decide my family are stripped of me the minute that I cross into Texas, which is where I have residency, where I don't pay state income taxes, no state income tax in Texas, thankfully. But it's where I am established. That's where I've been for 10 years. But I don't have the rights of it. My human rights are taken the minute I get into that state. It's just weird because you got the Constitution and you've got states' rights, and it's such a weird setup because for some reason states now have more power than federal law. And I don't know, it's very complicated. It's the same thing, like I don't own a gun, but if anybody, has a gun in their van and they're driving all over the country, you can't just cross into another state and think that your rights to have that gun will apply in that state. Oftentimes, like if you go from Texas to California, in Texas you just go into any like sports store, like Academy or Dick's Sporting Goods or something, and go buy a gun. You don't even need a background check, nothing. You just get a gun and go. But in California, if you get pulled over and you got one in your van, you're going to be in deep trouble. So just like kind of like what it used to be was sorry, I'm yelling because it's loud. What it used to be was the ugly American syndrome. When I used to travel internationally, you'd always get the package tourists, the ugly Americans, who think that American law follows them to whatever country they go to. And they're the people that speak louder and slower to people that don't understand English, thinking that if I yell at you slowly, you will understand what I'm saying as I'm yelling at you about my, American rights that don't go with me to Singapore or France or, Australia. But now it's kind of like in Vanlife, there's a lot of, on the chatter on Facebook, there's a lot of this entitlement of that, well, when I cross into this state, if I'm not insured in this, if I'm not insured in Texas, why I have everything, I have all insurance, everything. If I'm not insured and I get in a crash in like another state, well, whatever. I don't know. They just feel like, especially with the gun issue, like you can't just freely move within states and think that just because you're licensed in one state that it's going to cover you in another state. And, so I don't carry any of that stuff. I have no interest in it. I don't need it. I'm pretty sure if someone broke into my van and they're going to shoot me, they're going to shoot me quicker than I'm going to be able to put my gun together. So, and I'm ex-military, so I know how to use weapons. I'm qualified on weapons. I'm fully understand like safety, gun safety, and how to clean a gun, and all that stuff. I've been trained. Like I'm a master shooting person. Like whatever the marksman. Yeah. So I'm as a marksman in the military. On my F-16, and I saw and some other weapons. But that was 20 years ago. So I have no interest in having any of that. And my weapon of choice is a large unnecessary knife. And maybe a hammer as well, I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. But bear spray. But anyway, but yeah, it's just really weird. Like America, I've been to 48 states in the van in 3.5 years, and I can tell you it's very weird when you cross into another state that suddenly you're like, oh, my rights are gone. Now the other thing is that if like you need to, for any like medical reason or decision reason, you know, terminate a pregnancy in Houston, your closest place to go is Las Cruces, New Mexico. And that's like a 13-hour drive. Or you can go to like Kansas City, which is another 13-hour drive. Or you can go to Colorado, which is an 18-hour drive from Houston. So, or like you can go right like to like a proper like Planned Parenthood and stuff. So it's just a really, really long way to get out of Texas if you need to make a decision about your body for either an emergency or your personal decision and whatever, you know, private reason that you have. You don't even get that choice anymore. I am now driving on the Permian Basin, and I'm surrounded by oil pumps. My dad was actually an oil engineer, offshore oil engineer, so he did offshore oil rigs and like drilling and stuff like that. I don't know if he worked like in oil fields. I think in like Bahrain, like in the Middle East, maybe like the North fields. I don't know, but mostly like North Sea, some other places, Jakarta, Indonesia, kind of like all over the world, doing what he did. But yeah, they lived in Texas in the 70s, and then my dad got a job in London in oil, and that's why I ended up being British. But anyway, but yeah, lots of oil pumps around here. I think they just give you one when you get to Texas. You just strap it to the hood of your car, and you're like, here you go, free oil pump. So this will be the first time that Prudence is home since June. So I still have 8 hours to go before I get to my house. But anyway, yeah, so I got less than an hour and 45 minutes to get to Big Spring, and then another 30-40 minute drive to the rest area, and then a 5.5 hour drive tomorrow. So not too busy tomorrow. I'd rather do the longer drive today, get it over and done with. Otherwise I'd be in Lubbock right now sitting in 100-degree heat. So I'd rather drive as much as I can today. Looks like I'm driving into a rainstorm as well, which is fun. And then yeah, just kind of like have a shorter drive day tomorrow, get home earlier, and maybe have time to go back to my storage unit and grab everything out of it. But I might do that Saturday. I just want to get home. I got a lot of admin stuff to do as well, and check my mail and make sure no one robbed my house, that kind of thing. Make sure no one stole my car or broke into it. Anyway, okay, cool. All right, we'll keep driving up and onward. All right, I'm a couple minutes from Big Spring, and unfortunately it's going to be in the 80 degrees overnight. It's not going to cool down. It's about 100 degrees now, 102. The sad thing about Texas, driving through most of Texas in the middle of the summer, is you can't find any elevation that will cool it down. Everywhere is hot. So I was debating getting a hotel, but considering the luck I had in Grand Junction with the Red Roof Inn, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I mean, I might go on to Abilene and try to get a hotel, but it's going to be 85 degrees at night. But I have the AC going during the drive. So yeah, I just drove 6.5 hours today. It was fine. But yeah, it just flew by. Like it didn't even feel like I've been driving for 6 hours. But yeah, Big Spring is about 8 miles away. Really cute little state park, really cute little town. They do have a state park that has like a mound you can like walk up. That's the only elevation they have. It's the highest point of the town, and it's about 150 feet. So that would be a no. But yeah, so unfortunately, I mean, I've been in the van when it's been 90 degrees. I can run the fan all night. It's fine. I'll survive. I could get a hotel. I wouldn't be getting to the hotel until after I call Harriet. So I can either get a hotel here in Big Spring, which means I'm an extra hour tomorrow, or I could just drive to the rest area and take my chances, and the rest area is an hour away, or keep going to Abilene and get a hotel there, or go on to San Angelo. But I don't want to be driving till 10 o'clock at night, just so I can be somewhere that's like 5 degrees cooler. So it's okay, I'll push through, I'll be fine. Once I have the 12-volt fan going and the little face fan, I should be fine. I just won't use any blankets, and you know, it does cool down. I'm insulated, so it is actually probably about another 5 or 10 degrees cooler inside the van with the insulation than it is outside. It's just that yeah, it's just not fun, and plus it's humid here as well. So I'll push through. It's only one night, and I think I've actually been to this Starbucks before. So there's a Hampton Inn next door. Let me see how much the hotels are. Maybe I will get a hotel tonight. It'd just be nice. Maybe treat myself to like a fancy $70 hotel instead of those, you know, cheapo $50 ones. All right, it's hot out here. Okay, I'm just gonna sit inside. How do I get in? Okay, there's me with my backpack looking like a college student. Okay, yeah, no plugs out here. Sometimes there's plugs outside. I've been to so many Starbucks to work. Anyway, this closed at 10:30 for some reason. Yeah, I think I'll get a hotel. Oh, nice and cold. It's loud in here though. Let's find... I'll sit over here. Oh my God. That was the coldest Starbucks I've ever been in. Okay, so I need Wi-Fi. I want to get those 3 videos done. So there's a Comfort Inn and Suites there. Town Place Suites Marriott and Hampton Inn. I'm going to see how much each one is on... I stayed at the Comfort Inn and Suites actually. This is Big Spring. Yeah, I stayed right there. I don't care if I pay like $80. I want to stay somewhere. I don't want to drive anymore. It is too hot for me to stay in my van, and I need to drive 6 hours tomorrow and then go do a bunch of stuff at home. So yeah, let me go treat myself. Let me go take a look right now and see where Prudence and I can go stay for the night. This is perfectly fine. It's a lot of you know, oil people working. But the hotels, I mean, if you go down to like, oh God, the Candlewood Suites, I mean, it's $110. Like if you get into like Midland, Odessa, which is one of the like, you know, like most up and coming, like if you want to earn a lot of money, you can live there, like growing cities in Texas, low cost of living, high income. The hotels are ridiculous because it's all oil people and you get reimbursed. So yeah, let me look on Priceline, and I want to stay somewhere. It's only 8 o'clock and I'd like to use Wi-Fi, relax, take a shower, put Prudence somewhere, and yeah, maybe one of these hotels. It's funny, I'm not indecisive. I'm just sticking to my plan, but I'm like, oh, maybe I can change my plan, and then I end up going back to the original plan. There's some storms coming in. I've been through this area like a month ago, 6 weeks ago during Hurricane Beryl, and I don't really want to get stuck up here. It's a really like prone to really horrible like rainstorms, lightning storms. I'm going to go to the rest area. It's cooling down a little bit. It'll probably be a little bit cooler by the time I get there. The van is actually cool inside, which is good. All these hotels are like $150 a night around me. The Comfort Inn is now $120 a night. And I don't want to risk getting like a cheap ass hotel and then it just not getting a good night's sleep. And also the bikes are on the back. I don't want to take the bikes off, you know. I want the least amount of effort possible. I would like to use some Wi-Fi though. So maybe I can go in the Hampton Inn and just see if I can borrow their Wi-Fi for a second. But anyway, yeah, I just got some admin stuff done. We had a good call with Harriet. She showed me all her artwork, which was phenomenal. So yeah, let me walk over here, see if maybe they'll let me just use their Wi-Fi for half a second. And then, yeah. And then I think I'm just gonna go to the Cook County, I think it is, rest area. I've stayed there before. And by the time I get there, it's another hour drive. So either I can go, here's my choices. I can go to Snyder, and that's an hour north. That puts another hour. That puts another hour onto my drive tomorrow. So that's 6.5 hours of driving just to go stay in a hotel. I can go 1 hour to Colorado City, which is east. And if it was earlier, I could stay at the state park there. They have full hookups, and that would have been great, but it's too late. Colorado City, I can go to San Angelo, which is another hour south, which I'll be going, no, it's an hour and a half south, and they had some hotels there. Either way, I'm an hour from the rest area. I'm an hour and a half from San Angelo. The other hour, Colorado City and Snyder are out of the way. That adds another hour tomorrow. This is what happens when you have to drive home through Texas. You drive 1,000 miles, you're still in Texas. So I'm just going to go in the Hampton Inn for a second, see if I can just snag their Wi-Fi for a little bit. And because Starbucks kind of sucks. And it's also freezing in there, and it's very loud. So let me go see if I can just sit for a minute. And then, yeah, then I'm just going to get on the road. So I should probably be to the rest area probably by 10. And then I'll just go right to bed. I'll get up about 6 tomorrow, and then I'll get home by 2. I was trying to snag the Wi-Fi. As soon as I walked in, the first thing you see is the receptionist, and there was no way to like bypass her to like just go sit in the lobby. I was like, oh, how much are your rooms? She's like, they're $220 a night. I was like, yeah, never mind. Okay, let me just drive. I'll do my uploading tomorrow. It's okay. You guys will just have to wait for the videos. All right, thank you, Big Spring. Actually, I really love Big Spring and Colorado City are really, really cute little towns. And they have really good hiking trails at the state parks. You can climb the mound to the highest point in Big Spring and then look over the whole town. It's really cute. People are very, very nice here. It's, it's all oil people, oil workers and stuff. So, okay, I'm gonna do my little hiking through here. All right, let's go. Let's get on the road, go to the rest area. Let's just push through the night and get up super early tomorrow and get home. It's easy to say like, well, why not just pay for a hotel? You have to understand like the economics of scale, right? I've been doing this for 3 years in the van, for 3 years, 8 months, like about 3 years, 8 months. So January 10th, 2021 is when I built the van. It is now August 15th. So just over, 7 months, whatever it is. Anyway, yes, very long time in the van life world. If you think about if I paid for a hotel every single night, that would be 6 figures. That would be like $300,000. It'd be a ridiculous amount. I've had probably about 800 days on the road, 850 days in some capacity. Even like the day trips when I'm in the van in Houston, I'll take the van out for the day. So like I count every time I'm in the van, that counts as a day. But the overnights has probably been close to about, probably close to, especially last year and this year, probably close to 700 or 800 days. But you figure like you're paying $100 to $200 a night for a hotel. That's like a lot of money. That's a lot of money, people. And that's also, you have to think about like, well, do I want to pay for, $100 for a hotel, or do I want a tank of gas? And you have to really think about like the big picture. And I think what happens is when you just go on vacation like a couple times a year and you take your family and stuff, you don't have to worry about that. You're like, we'll get a rental car, we'll pay for a hotel. But if you were to do that every single day, it starts to kind of mess with your head. And you're like, wait a minute, I really don't want to be spending $600 a day just on transport, food, lodging, but when you build a van, you have everything in there. So yeah, I treat myself. Sometimes I'll stay, I'll eat out, or I'll, get an Airbnb. But this year I've only probably had 3 hotels the whole time. Last year I think I had like less than 8, 5. I think it was 5 places that I paid for to stay in. And then Spirit paid for 2 hotels because they had, overnight delays. It's like again, that would have been $140,000 in hotels, more than that, maybe $200,000. And that's a heck of a lot of money just to go to sleep and shit, shower, and shave. So that's the thing. It's not about like, oh, you're just being cheap or something. No, I'm being practical because I want to be able to spend, like the money in the right place. I don't want to be wasting money when I've got everything I need right here. The other thing is like the National Park Pass is free, and most of the activity, actually majority, like 99% of the activities I do is free. Sometimes I will use my street cred, right? Like I'll use my nonprofit status, or I will use, my veteran status to see if I can get a discount, free or cheap, anything like that. But I don't go in there going, oh, I'm an influencer, blah, give it to me for free, or I'll write a bad review about you. I've been to places. I was in Hiroshima, and the person I was traveling with would like throw a tantrum, and he's like, I'm gonna write a bad review about you. I'm like, really? An American's gonna write a bad review about Hiroshima? Like, I don't think they owe us anything. We dropped a freaking bomb on their head. Anyway, I couldn't believe it. I was so embarrassed. I lived in Japan for a long time, and I'm so embarrassed. I was like, I did not even know what to say. I went back afterwards, like, while he was all at the museum in Hiroshima, I went back and I apologized in Japanese to the lady. I was like, I'm so sorry. That was uncalled for. That was not cool. Like, we did not really want a free ticket. And the ticket was like $4. And then at the Taos Pueblo, the same thing. The same guy threw a tantrum. Threw down his fake press card he bought off the internet. Claimed that he had this fake press card, and then he lied and said like that the newspaper had, the magazine had like called ahead, and they were like, really? We don't have any records. And I'm just like face in my hands. I was just like, I'm so embarrassed because I'm a journalist. I've been a travel journalist for a long time, and I was just like mortified. I had no idea that people did that stuff. I had no idea that it was a thing for influencers to throw tantrums and demand that they get stuff for free. That was the first time I ever saw that. I'm like, no wonder you get to travel all over the world and just scam people out of a bunch of crap. So I'm very mindful. If there is like a collaboration or a deal, like with the Via Ferrata in Base Camp Ure, why are you beeping at me, dude? I'm in my lane. Stay in your lane. But if if there's collaboration, or like, you know, kind of we're in the talks of doing something with a nonprofit. Also, if there's a way that I can offset the cost of researching for the nonprofit by getting, you know, a free activity, then that will put more money into the nonprofit. But it's not just like I just want it for free because I'm entitled. It's like, no, I want to be able to maximize everything, and especially to help the veterans and help those that have trauma do the stuff that I do. So that's the biggest thing, is that I really just want to make sure that I'm able to help everybody without, you know, draining every penny of my research money. You know, if I can just offset the cost, I'm really appreciative of that. But I don't go around with a fake, you know, fake t-shirt logo, and, you know, being like, and that person is like 2 millionth in the rank of travel journalists on YouTube, and yet somehow is like, you know, claiming that he's like this massive famous person. I'm like, you're 2 millionth, dude. Like, you don't even make videos anymore. I don't know. It's just, it's very frustrating, because, you know, there's times where I've gone places where an influencer has come in before and just ruined everything. They're like, you know, we had a bunch of like influencers come in and just demand everything for free, so we don't even do that anymore. I'm like, well, I don't even know those people. It's like in Japan, if you go to a bar or a restaurant and some like jet program, you know, English teacher was there a week before getting drunk and puking everywhere, they assume that we know each other, and then they just said no foreigners at all. So there's times where we've all walked into a restaurant and we've immediately been banned just because some, you know, like, you know, similar looking person to us went in there, you know, the week before and just like vomited everywhere. So, anyway, but yeah, so I don't do that stuff. What is with that tow truck driver? Now I'm next to him in the gas station. I'm trying to get gas and there is nowhere to get gas here, so I'm gonna have to back into this one right here, right next to the guy that honks at me. I was like, dude, I'm in your lane. I don't know what your problem is. Anyway, you're not towing me. Maybe you're just mad because you can't get Prudence onto your freaking tow truck. I don't know. I'm in like angry land right now. Not me, but I'm surrounded by like angry people. It's a Thursday. Get over it. You know? Some of us have a 12-hour drive. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so back to in. Let me get gas and let me go to my rest area. That is a crazy sky. I swear the chores never end though. I need to go get toilet paper. And I need to get Purell. So I'm at Walmart, which is right next to the gas station. Oh, I'm never getting out of here. Okay, it's okay. Blah, blah, blah. Me. I just want to let you know that when the apocalypse happens and I'm running out of a supermarket, this is what it's going to look like with a brisket under my arm. I already have a plan. I know exactly the 3 places I'm going to go. And then when the zombie apocalypse, just to be clear. And then I'll get a bunch of treadmills from the Academy sports store and face them toward my van so they never stop walking and they never get to my van. Okay. All right, yeah, I'll just be running out like this, going, run. Okay, this place is a shithole. There's like trash all over the place. Everyone's like partying, fixing their cars in the parking lot. I'm just kidding. Anyway, there's life here and I need to go. Okay, bye. Oh my God, I finally made it. I think I'm driving on the shoulder, hang on. Okay, this is the Coke County Safety Rest Area. I've never stayed here before. This is cute. Sorry, I'm just excited. This is really cute. Texas Department of Transportation. I'll tell you something, Texas knows how to do it. So this is the truck side. Do not want to be on the truck side. They've got all these like cute little picnic areas and idling trucks. So I'm going to go on the other side to drown out some of this noise. I hope I can get out of here. I think I can without having to go all the way back up the freeway. But anyway, this is great. This was like 8 hours of driving today in addition to all the other crap that I was doing. I hope I can get around. I just want to be away from everybody. Yeah, there's all the truck parking down here. This is where they should be. But anyway, let me go around the other side. Hopefully I can be close enough to the freeway over here that I'm not going to hear the idling of the vehicles. I don't really want to be at the end, but I think the end is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, cool. Here's my home for the night. Let's see. Okay, so they're idling a little bit. There'll probably be another truck there, but there's trucks all down there. I kind of want to be down at the other end. Let me keep going. I just want to make sure that I'm kind of like drowning out. It's weird because like the reverb, what's that noise? The reverb from the trucks is what bothers me. But hopefully Hopefully I can park down here. Hopefully they'll park where they're supposed to park. I mean, they can park over there, but ideally I would like to not be near the truck. So let me go down here. All right, it's hot out here. It's 91. Let me move over a little bit. It's warm out here, but it's gonna get down into the 70s tonight. So I think I'm fine. This is beautiful. What a fun little weird place. I think to get out, I do hope I don't have to go all the way up the freeway. I think there's an exit. I think there's a road that goes somewhere to get out. I don't know. I'm hoping I don't have to go up and do 20 more miles up north and then turn around. So here it is, home sweet home. This is nice. If it was cold, I would make a cup of tea over there in my own private little campsite, but it's like 90 degrees. Okay, I'm fine. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye. Good morning from the Coke County safety rest area. Just gonna throw out my trash. Oh my God, I slept like a rock. It is 8:15 a.m. I slept in, did some admin stuff, packed up the van, got my stuff ready that I have to take home. When I dropped the van off to the storage garage just outside of Houston, I need to take a bunch of stuff home, so I just packed my tote bag for that. Yeah, it's perfect. Oh my God, I slept like a rock. Didn't hear any of the trucks because of the road noise. I sleep through road noise. I'm a city girl. Anyway, so I'm gonna throw my trash away in this tiny little trash hole. Doesn't even fit. Hang on a minute. Yeah, this is really nice. Also, all of these on this side, they're all wheelchair accessible. And there's like blue markings on all of the picnic areas, pretty much, which is great. So if you need to have mobility accessibility, you can park on this side. Oh, that was so good. Such a good sleep. This is great. They've got a little barbecue. You can set up food. You can sit here with your friends, or I would be sitting here supervising the cooking since I don't cook. And then they have a little picnic table. Texas, the only thing you do right in the entire planet is your rest areas. I would like my uterus back. I would like my body autonomy, but no. Anyway, I gotta leave that in New Mexico. No, they do a really good job, and you can sleep at any rest area that has a blue sign, like a picnic area, or like a safety rest area. They've got like 24 safety rest areas that have little museums. You can basically park at any freeway lay-by, anywhere that you want around any of the freeway systems in Texas. Even in the cities, any picnic area with a blue sign, you can stay up 24 hours. But anyway, so that said, let's get on the road. I've got a 5.5 hour drive home. I should be home just after lunch. It is already 85 degrees when I woke up this morning at 5:30 a.m. So I went back to bed, turned the van on, put the AC on, went back to bed for an hour and a half, got up at 7 and sorted everything out. All right, let's go home. So goodbye, summer. Well, hello, hotbed, but goodbye, summer trip. You were fun. It was awesome. I just had a blast. Oh my God, Colorado just blew my mind. Didn't spend enough time in Montana. Would like to go back and do that next summer. Spend more time at Big Sky and go up to Pole Spring and kind of go around. Wyoming was a little hidden gem. I did not know Wyoming was so charming. So I want to go back to Wyoming, definitely. But for now, let's go another couple 100 miles home. All right, let's do it. All right, I am a sweaty mess. It is so humid here. I am in like the West Hill Country. I don't know if that's the name of the area. But yeah, this is like the just about maybe, let's see, 60, 70 miles from Austin. Fredericksburg is that way, and that is like 50 miles, which means that Austin is about 80 miles that way. And I know this area very, very well. It is very, very sticky. I can feel the humidity seeping into the van. I'm about 3 hours and 45 minutes from my storage unit. So my storage unit is an hour and a half from Austin. It's just a straight shoot, 71 to the 10. But it's Austin is 2.5 hours from my house. And I dated someone in Austin for a couple of years, and I've done this drive from Austin to my home and back 500, 600 times, plus all the other times that I've been to Austin. Oh, there's a little winery right there. Yeah, this is the contrived wine country. So there's tons of wineries and distilleries. Like we have Tito's Vodka, which is from Austin. We've got like lots of like I think there's a gin distillery. There's a sake brewery. Like there's lots of different. Like if you're an alcoholic, Austin area, the Hill Country, that's the place you need to be. You just get a designated driver and just drive from one ice house to another distillery. another brewery, you know, and they always have live music. And you sit outside and you just sweat it all out, and it's horrible. I don't drink, and I have gone out with my friends who do, and you're just basically in a sweat fest. Nobody dresses up here. Nobody cares what you look like. You know, it's just like, it's just so sticky and humid all the time. The mosquitoes are worse. That's why they have bats. In Austin, they have the Bat Bridge in downtown, and people like stand at night to like look at the bats leaving. They have a lot of things like Devil's Sinkhole, which is also like filled with bats, you know, most of the winter, I think, or summer, I don't know. They go to Mexico, they come back. Lots of caves. We have Longhorn Caverns, Natural Caverns, Carlsbad, some other ones. I've been to all the caves almost, except for Sonora. I've been to all the caves in Texas. But anyway, it's pretty. It's just hot, and it's 93 degrees right now driving. I've still got about 200 miles to go. But once I hit Austin, I know it. I need to probably run a few errands in Austin. I'm gonna go to the bank. Gotta go drop some things off, and then just head back to my storage unit. Basically, once I get there, I'll just set up the van with the industrial fan. I don't have my dehumidifier. I might have to buy another one. If I find a Camping World, I'll get another dehumidifier. But my other one's in my car, and I'm gonna be back at the van tomorrow morning super early to go put the dehumidifier in and get all the food out. So because I'm not gonna be able to carry all of this in the Uber, and I don't have my car. My car's in my house. So anyway, it's just a logistical nightmare bringing the van home. I've got to, basically drop it off in the garage and then walk about a quarter mile to the entrance to hope that I can get out of the gate, because you can only get out if you have a vehicle. So usually somebody's there with their RV and they can let me out. Or the guys that are building like race cars, they're funny. I'm like, can you guys open the gate for me? Can you just pull your car up so the gate opens? I haven't been to my storage unit since the storm hit, so I don't know what the storm damage was like. I know the gate was damaged. I don't know if there's been any damage to like the roof of my garage, or if there's been any flooding inside it. I have no idea, so who knows? But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do, is just go drop the van off, and that's the end of my summer trip. All right, I made it home. My neighbor moved out. She's gone. Ow, I'm trying to carry all this crap up from the van. Okay, there's my house. Got some packages. It is so hot here. I'm dying of heat right now. Okay, let's go in and check it out. All right. Okay. Home, humid home. I've not been home in 2 weeks. Hang on. I need to pack up this apartment. There's my new jackery. Oh my God, I'm so tired. All right, let me just do an inventory. I might have to go to the store and get food. And then I've just got to get rid of all this stuff. I swear it's so hard being home, knowing that I'm not going to get on a plane on Monday and go fly to go get my van. Like, such a weird feeling. It's so like definite that the van's in the storage garage. I didn't film anything. It was too hot. I was too tired. There's my car. Hopefully no one's broken in. I'm literally a hot, sweaty mess. I'm just, oh my God, I can't breathe in this weather. I'm so tired. I haven't done anything except drive 6 hours. The van never got cool the entire time I was driving. It just stayed sticky and hot the whole time. All right, I got my mail. Important letter here. This is something. Hopefully it's a good news. Yeah, and then junk mail and Google AdSense. Yay! Monetized YouTube channel. So thank you both of you for watching. I'm just kidding. Thank you all of you for watching. Sorry, I'm so sweaty. I'm so sticky. You have no idea how sticky I am. What is this letter here? I hope it's something. Yay! Thank you, FEMA. FEMA gave me a little bit of gas money because we had the Hurricane Beryl came through. Got a FEMA check. Thank you, government. Okay, got another one. This is personal. You're not allowed to know, so go away. Anyway, this is good news as well. Yeah, so that's one piece of good news. Another piece of good news. Third piece of good news, Google AdSense. Happy, happy. What's this letter? I know what this, I already got an email copy of this letter, so I'm okay on this one. This is blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, yes. Ding, ding, ding. Another one for Jenny. So anyway, so Google AdSense, sorry. If you have a Google My Business, they'll send you like a verification with a PIN number. It's in big numbers, because I've built hundreds of websites, so I always have to open like, you know, a Google My Business account. But if you do Google AdSense, same thing. They'll send you a quote postcard. It's about this big, size of my head. and you just put in the PIN number and to verify your address. So that's why they send it to you. College magazine. Let's see who the big article is in here. Let's see. Look, it's me. It's me. I'm in the college magazine. I accomplished something 24 years after graduating. I actually accomplished something. It's called living in a van down by the river. So, I mean, I wanted to point out, like, you know, that your college degree does actually do something, believe it or not. So anyway, so yeah, so there's me. Actually, there's another classmate there. It's me. Put that back there. Next thing, what else do I have? Spirit Halloween. It's already that time of year. Don't need that. That's junk mail. T-Mobile. Why are you sending me stuff, T-Mobile? Don't know what that is. Junk mail and then flyers for supermarkets, which I used to be like a couponer back in the day, and then I realized that that's a full-time job and it's not worth it. So just get your points card. Actually, the credit the cards for supermarkets are really good because you get points like Kroger. Not HEB, they don't do points cards, but you get like points off your gas, which is great. So anyway, there's my neighbor, and yeah, Halloween stuff. All right, so let's see what this T-Mobile, why am they sending me stuff? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, protection, insurance. I have insurance on everything. I don't need more insurance. Like, it's like when I bought a GoPro and the guy at Best Buy years ago, he's like, do you want insurance on it? I'm like, okay, this is a GoPro that you're supposed to drop from like 10,000 feet from like a skydiving thing, and it's supposed to be okay. Why the hell would I want, you know, insurance on this thing when it's supposed to never break? Anyway, okay, I'm tired. Let me go to the supermarket. So yay, so that's 2 bits of good news. So government, karma, and AdSense. Happy. Okay. All right. I'm hot. I need a shower. I'm gonna go get food. So I have no food in the house. And I left the bananas in my van, which are gonna be nice and toasty when I go back. I gotta go back super early tomorrow morning. It's weird driving my car because I have like super tight turning circles. I drive a little go-kart. I'm super low to the ground. The Nissan Kicks is kind of like a Subaru. Like, it's kind of like a low roof SUV, but it's super zippy, and it's like a four-wheel drive, I think, or no, it's all-wheel drive, which is different. So by the way, if you go to a national park and you don't have four-wheel drive, don't go down a four-wheel drive road if you have all-wheel drive. There's a difference, something about the locking differential or something. Do not go down that road. Your vehicle, just because it's all-wheel drive, will not make it down that road, and especially a low-profile vehicle. Make sure you have a high-profile four-wheel drive vehicle. Why am I talking about that? I want to be back in Montana, and I want to be in Colorado. I'm 43 feet above sea level. This is bullshit. I don't want to be this low to the ground. I want to be at like 8,000 feet. I was at 8,000 feet like yesterday night. This time yesterday. Anyway, hopefully we're not, well, they cleaned the neighborhood up at least. All the trees are gone that fell down during Beryl. But I do not want to be this low to the ground. I need to be high. And I don't even do drugs, and I love being high. Like, as in, like, high on a mountain. Oh, God. Ugh. Blah. Houston. We have a problem. It is so hot. It's getting hotter. Okay, not political at all. Like, okay, whatever your thoughts are on climate change, it is actually getting hotter every single year here. Like, every year it's getting hotter. I've been here 10 years. This will be going into my 11th year in December. And I'm like, no, it's too hot. Oh my God, we are gonna get, it's like, oh, I can't tell you, like, I'm so shiny because I'm so, like, it's just the humidity. I'm just sweating, and then it's just seeping back into me. It's like cyclical osmosis. Like, you sweat it out, and then the humidity just slaps it back on your face again. And they keep saying it's good for the skin, which I'm like, okay, well, I'm almost 46 years old, so I guess it's okay. Like, no filters, nothing. You know, I haven't done anything to my face. It's just me. Me wearing a hat every time I'm outside, and me covering my entire body in, like, completely head to toe, including my face, in a balaclava whenever I ride my bike. This is what happens, like, when you don't ever go in the sun, when you're almost 46 years old. Like, you just, you know, I don't know, I think I look a little bit young. So it doesn't matter. I'm sweaty and I'm gross, and I don't like it. I'm sticky. I've been sticky all day. I've got to walk sideways like a crab. Oh God, it's horrible. Houston. you know, and I hate air conditioning because I'm Britishish. Like, I grew up in England where we opened windows, and I was just in Colorado at my friend's house where we just open the doors, and then I can just open the window and the side door in my van. Like, I don't have to like ever have air conditioning. And when I'm at my apartment, the air conditioning is blasting, and it's just like, it doesn't feel natural. And you can't open the windows here. There's mosquitoes, not as bad as Austin. Austin has worse mosquitoes, but there's mosquitoes, and there's like humidity, and everything gets wet. Everything in your house gets wet from it. And so that's what I have to do tomorrow morning. Sorry, I've just been home like an hour. Tomorrow morning I have to get up super early, go out to the van, go and put the dehumidifier in there. I'm gonna do it first thing. I'm not working out tomorrow, I'm taking a few days off. And then come home, and then I just have to finish cleaning, packing, selling everything that I can. So tomorrow is a pickup day. So hopefully the 38 people that need to buy stuff from me are gonna show up tomorrow. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to Kroger, and I'll miss this neighborhood. I don't think I'll get a place in this neighborhood again. There's too much flooding, and it's too crowded, and they've had all that freeway construction, and they have the Galleria. And if I want to go ice skating, I can drive back into Houston. But I really need to get a place that's closer to Harriet's school, which is about 30 minutes north. I don't think I need to be down in this area. Only if she went to school down here, but then it doesn't matter. The school's everywhere. I mean, Houston has some of the best, specialty schools, like visual arts, performing arts, immersion schools for language. You can go to Dutch school, which they have for Shell Oil out in Katy. They've got British school, the British International School Houston, which is called BISH. They've got Audi, which is the I don't know what it stands for, but it's also another international school. And if your kids go there, like let's say you're a British expat and you go to Audi or BISH, you can actually do international baccalaureate. So you don't have to do a general diploma like a US one. You can actually get the British equivalent, which is the IB, the International Baccalaureate. So they really do accommodate all of the expats. I, on the other hand, am not an expat. I've been American my whole life. I guess I was an expat in England. My parents were. I was born there. Anyway, but I grew up in an American house. I am so, look how sweaty I am. I'm just gonna go into the supermarket here, and I'm gonna go stick my head in the freezer for like 30 minutes. So anyway, and then we go home, take a shower, and then finish working on stuff. And I'm so happy I've got my AdSense. Yay! Yay! I am official. What is my pin? It's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I shouldn't open it. I should open it like when I'm at my computer, but I should memorize the pin because I got to put it in. I probably do it from my phone right now, but I need to get groceries. So, oh my God, it's so weird. I'm not getting on a plane on Monday. My van is not sitting at an airport somewhere for like the first time in 3 months. And then I had the April-May trip, which was like about 2 months. And last year I was gone for like 9 months and the van was never home. Actually more than that, I think 10 months. So, okay, sign into AdSense, go to payments and verification check, enter your PIN and click submit. All right, so let me put all this away. Go into the supermarket and I will, I'll see you guys in a bit. I want a mountain. I don't want a parking lot. Sorry, I'm awful. Oh God, even the back of my neck is sweaty. Ugh. It's 100 degrees right now, and it's like 80% humidity. It's like worse than Florida because we're in a swamp. Like Florida's a swamp, but you guys have like the ocean around you. We're just a hotbed of concrete and master plan communities. And we have 9 million people. I think there's more people in Houston, like the greater Houston area, than there is in the whole of Florida. I mean, it is August 16th. So I don't remember it being this hot last year, and I was home every 2 weeks last year. Every 2 to 3 weeks I was home. I don't know, Houston, we have a problem. All right, let me go get a Frappuccino or something cold, or go get some ice cream. I'm at Kroger. I want to show you this. The cake lady is amazing. And these are the cakes that she makes. There's like a little dragon with the bones. I don't know who he ate. There's the little back to school unicorn cake. Actually, Harriet and I made that same unicorn cake, smaller, but we did it with this lady that was from TLC's The Next Great Baker. It was really cool. Okay, so over here, I'm getting fruits since my bananas are in my van and they'll probably be bad tomorrow. I did leave a banana one time home for like 2 weeks when I was gone, And that banana like grew a whole personality. Okay, so I gotta get lunch for Harriet. I think I might do a croissant sandwich. That might be good. I should get fresh food. I'm not gonna be at school until Tuesday. I'll get groceries. I'll get her lunch on Sunday night or Monday. We got fruit, bananas. Yeah, the fruit here kind of sucks. We don't really have a very big option. If you go to Central Market, which is like a fancy, kind of like a HEB supermarket, but it's their Whole Foods version, they have a lot more variety of fruits. We don't really have that much choice here, actually, to be honest. Let me get some bananas. They don't look very good. This one might be fine. I need it for my smoothies. Actually, this is better. Let me get these ones. Okay. And then I need, what else do I need? I was only home like 2 weeks ago. I need, oh God, what else do I need? I don't know, orange juice. That's what I need. Okay. And this is the very sad state of a British aisle. Right here, this is all they have. They used to have squash, but then they only have Ribena. And it's like $12. That's crazy. This stuff's nasty. The salad cream. HP sauce. I met the great grandson. He owns a restaurant in Jersey, and he said that his great grandfather made HP sauce, and it means Houses of Parliament sauce, which is why there's the House of Parliament on it. But yeah, this is it. It's all we get for British food. Marmite, which is funny. And then this pumpernickel bread. I'm pretty sure I was forced to eat that as a kid. And then we have one type of candy bar. We have Aero, and then wine gums, which I don't like. I don't like candy. I like chocolate. And then Jacob's crackers, and then Yorkshire pudding mix. That's it. There's also the British aisles. It's a proper British supermarket. I haven't been there in a long time, but I should go over there and get some food. And then HEB also has a much better, actually, British aisle, and they have orange squash, but I already have some, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, let me keep going. I don't need anything really. I just want to get a few provisions for the next few days, and I'll do a proper shopping on Sunday night when I get Harriet's lunch. All right, I just put my trolley away and my groceries in my car right over here. No, wait, hang on, that's not my car. This is my car. I was gonna say, don't drive a Maserati. Yeah, that's the thing about my neighborhood. It's a fancy place, but I live like in the not fancy bit. I live on the bit on the outside of the fancy bit. But yeah, it's good to be back and see so many people from all these other countries. I will give Houston that much credit. They are full of diversity. You can get any food from any country within 3 miles from my house. All right, let's go home.